Hey everyone, Deathclock1637 here. I just wanted to make a quick video on what's been happening with Path of Exile 2 and, all of the sort of narrative around it, all that sort of stuff. So I decided not really to concentrate too much on the patch. Just go and do it fresh, pick a class, and go with it. So honestly, this has been the longest campaign run I've ever done, ever. Mostly that's my fault. Mostly that's, and another part of it is the game's fault. So the stuff that's covered in here is really just reflective of part of the pain that I was experiencing. So monster life being too high and player minion damage in life. So I started a witch, I started minions, and then I found myself just converting into chaos dot damage because that seemed to be way better than my minions doing anything else. The one thing I do want to focus on is this area. Large area sizes. Now, this is a super concerning comment to me because it doesn't take into account like the reality of the situation. And GGG actually had said this before, so I'm going to read it out to you. Large area sizes. Many players are reporting that areas feel like they're too large. Normally, when this is the case, the main reason is due to other concerns such as monster life or player damage being incorrect, or just a lack of entertaining content in the area. However, we are checking to see if there are any outliers that players are spending too long in to see if any changes to area size need to happen. In the meantime, we did notice that there are some areas that don't have sufficient checkpoints, so we're doing a pass of adding some more of these. So first of all, I disagree entirely. I'm going to tell you why. The fact of the matter is the monster density is one thing. Things to click on are another, but a lot of people just feel like chests are kind of bait and that they don't really contribute a whole lot to the experience, especially because you don't get a lot from them. It's super hit and miss that you get anything, but I want to propose that the solution here isn't the content, it isn't the damage, which I mean, it's not totally the damage, but I do want to say that the entire biggest problem here is our base movements. And that is just a function of not having things like travel skills too. So I'm going to show you what I mean by sort of taking this off. So here's my character. Just sort of going through the game, and these are boots with move speed, so I'm going to take them off, go down to move speed. So this is how I was walking through the game the majority of the time, and I found that at this baseline move speed, the areas felt huge. It was very hard for me to roll away. Dodge roll felt bad, and things just were kind of a lot more negative overall. My damage is fine, but given that you can see my limited ability to get away, is really making this quite difficult. Aside from this boss being kind of silly in its HP. However, when I put on 20 move speed, and that's not even like the top roll, look at what happens. Right? I'm now much more mobile. My move speed isn't like below base by attacking. I can get out of the way, I can get back, I can destroy all these enemies. And, my health is not really taking the same sort of beating like it was before. So I would say that the main issue to solve here is not that there's a lack of interesting things to do, but we're just not moving fast enough. And I'm not saying we need 30% movement speed. I'm not saying we need skills. But what I am saying is that this base 20% move speed should be the baseline, to be perfectly honest. And there should be at least something of an incentive to, just having a good walk around the game without requiring that extra stat on a boot, because this was even true in 0.1. where if you didn't have enough move speed, you couldn't even properly dodge or get out of the way of Arbiter of Ash and his attacks. So, I mean, like, what the hell? I mean, this is the first time it feels like to me that um, there's just a total sort of lack of, I don't know, what do you want to call it? Lack of understanding, I guess, as to what the issues are, because it feels like they haven't gone through the experience yet. So, you know, a lot of times with these things, one concern can snowball into another and just sort of expose the rest of the difficulties of the game. And I think this move speed is really the one that needs to be attacked against. So, you know, damage is another thing too, because some skills don't feel correct, but also the fact that you move so slowly as a baseline that it's kind of hard to sort of mitigate incoming damage and provide counterplay to a lot of really basic things. So at this point, what I'm going to do is, I don't know, maybe die. Yeah, God, that's anyway. I hope this shows the point, and I hope that with the rest of patch 020 that we can have a bit more fun and get into maps a little more settled and into the fun side. But I mean, with that move speed being a thing and all of the other concerns being legitimate, I would say, in terms of campaign damage and how certain skills don't feel good. That would be a separate thing, but like I said, this move speed is really something that I feel like GGG really needs to look at, especially in the absence of travel skills. So anyway, that's it really for my comments on that. I think I've said and shown everything that I can. So anyway, have a good play through the beta. Like I said, there are a lot of other legitimate concerns, but I'm not going to rehash those. So anyway, have a good one.